Yo, what's going on, everybody? Episode 8. We're closer to that double digit mark, and another week has gone by. You've had yourself an eventful week. That's been it's been
What are you talking
interesting.
about?
All
I
right,
have no idea what you're been easy flowing,
no
easy
stress at all.
going, no
Not.
stress at all. Actually, since I have so many less people to engage with, it's been lighter work.
Oh
Been
man,
silver lining.
silver lining, right? But you know what? Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. You built your account for a reason, and it's because you're a genuine person and a really nice person, and you've actually helped me a lot in this space. So I have no doubt that you're gonna get your account back, and I also have no doubt that if you don't, this account will just fly, like absolutely fly.
Yeah. Thanks, dude. Gotta keep the cut. It's like the first day I was like, I'm eating all the junk food in the world and feeling sorry for myself. I'm gonna give myself 24 hours and then it's time to get your shit together. That's like advice a friend gave me a long time ago. So I did that, right? Like just whatever. And now it's just like focused on growing this account. Hope we get the other one back. And if we do, it's just, twice the reach. So
But that's
let's
that's
go.
shout out to you in the drive, because a lot of people don't have that kind of drive, and they're not as strong once things go on. You can get caught in this loop of like, woe is me, I feel bad for myself, but you got to work, so that's shout out to you for that.
Thanks. It's called delusion, but
It-
feels much nicer the way you say it.
it's the
So what's with the
delusion
news? I
arc
know
now.
we have a couple news stories today before we bring
We
our featured
do.
guest on, Doran Maul. I'm very excited to get to that, but let's hear the news first.
All right, breaking news, surprise, surprise, Michael Saylor buys more Bitcoin. 449 million in Bitcoin raising in August, total 7.7k BTC to a total for strategy. Again, this guy he's just buying up Bitcoin. Like, this guy
What's
has
the
so
end
much
game here?
Bitcoin.
What's
to,
the end game?
to own all of it, like as much as he can possibly buy, he's gonna buy. And he's literally said this. He said, like, we're gonna buy as much as we can. I'm like, if it goes to zero, I'm gonna buy it all. Like, and then the price is gonna
What
go back up.
percentage of the supply do they currently own? Do you know?
I think Michael Saylor owns almost 1% of the network, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think he's pretty much. I think he's not like, yeah, 1%. Like, so how much? Let's see. How much does Mike Saylor own in Bitcoin in terms of total supply?
Look at you spelling and typing.
I
All
can't.
impressive
What the
skills.
hell was that? I blocked. I'm not allowed to know this information. What would I type here? Wow. Okay, let's
Don't know.
not go down that road. It's a lot. He owns a lot. I don't know exactly how much. We'll come up with that
Yeah.
number, but
We'll
from
report back next week.
from
We'll do some deep
I
diving.
don't even know. I have to look at the replay now to see what the hell I just typed there. Maybe the FBI is coming after me. I don't know.
Probably.
But yeah, 7.7k BTC. That is just insane. And it's crazy. I've been hearing like he's gonna be like in the S&P 500, the MicroStrategy stock, because it's just doing so well. Like, it's gonna outperform everything, which is crazy. So the other piece of news we have is the Trump-linked World Liberty Team floats buyback and burn as WLFI sinks in price. Now, I kind of heard about this. I kind of heard about this over the long weekend. But
Never heard of it.
but yeah,
What up,
so
Doran?
this coin here, he again, supply manipulation, like you just buyback and burn. It's just like a normal stock. It's just like, splitting the stocks, but hey, buy at your own risk. Not that you can't make any money, because you probably can, but buy at your own risk, of course.
You do it on Defi.app. Win or lose, you're making XP. And that is my perps trading justification for losing like $4,000 in the last couple months. Actually, it's worth it.
It has nothing to do with risk management whatsoever.
It's over. Well, welcome to the show. We have Doran Maul. This is the second time that I've hosted you. The first time you've had your camera on, and I know that we interrupted. You had some plans this evening, and I made you come on camera and look all pretty for us. So I appreciate that. The struggle is real. I get it.
Yeah. No, happy to be here. What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
It's going. Right. It's been I've been waiting for a Bitcoin trade all day. all day. I was waiting for the setup to happen. Went to go pick up my daughter from school, and it ripped. I was like, I missed it, man. I hate when you're waiting all day for a setup and you know it's gonna break out. It does. And now I'm sitting waiting on my hands again for the next one.
Yeah. Classic. Did you buy the dip moment for sure?
Oh
The
my
last few
goodness.
days, last week or so.
It's been rough out there. It's been really, really rough out there. The
Yeah.
market's been kind of really, really choppy. Like things would break out like they would, but they kind of roll over like almost instantaneously after. So it's been like the market makers have been getting their money on the up and downside in the market.
Oh, for sure. Always. Yeah. Yeah. I looked at who posted it. I think it was Crypto Rand just before I hopped on. There was an image, and it's like, what do you think Bitcoin's going to do at the end of 2025? And it's just like a 2013, 2017, 2021. Now it's 2025 image, and it's showing where we're at and like obviously we know all those years, every 4 years, it's ripped at the end of the year. So we'll see. Maybe that's just my hopefulness coming out.
Delusion. I think a lot
It's
of
my
us live with this
delusion.
data.
I'm crazy. No,
It's just
Yeah.
magic internet money. It's all a delusion or illusion.
You don't have to be crazy to work here, but it sure helps. Never, there's no more appropriate field for that statement, I don't think, in all of employment.
I hate to admit that that's true, but I feel like you might be onto something there for sure.
Yeah. Well, awesome. We're super excited to have you on. I have a ton of questions. So just, for the audience's reference, this is Doran Maul, community manager of Defi.app. He has been absolutely crushing it there. Previous, he was at Wormhole, did an amazing job helping launch that project as well. I came on pretty early as an ambassador, and just, it's funny because normally you start working with teams and then you start to see the cracks and you're like, okay, let me like backpedal this relationship. And I'm like hitting you guys up like, let's cut. Like I have been so impressed with the go-to-market campaign. Like the most impressive launch I watched before this was I think 2021 or 2022, Vultura's lead up to launching Psychedelics Anonymous. It was just something totally new, totally different. He did it from one personal account, like whatever, just a beautiful launch. And I studied it. And then this is the second one that just caught my eye, and I've been watching you guys the whole time. I'm curious, like I know you guys don't want to give away your whole go-to-market strategy and secrets and things, but what are some things that you guys feel that you've done differently than a lot of the other apps that offer maybe similar products and they just fall flat on their faces, right? Like they can never capture attention and mind share, and Defi.app is all over the timeline.
I think the biggest thing is like we look at everything that's happened in DeFi so far as a building block. Like we don't consider any other projects enemies. We don't consider anything that's taken place thus far anything other than like building blocks. And the whole thesis behind DeFi.app from day one was how can we take those building blocks and make something better? And I think one of our secret sauces is just optimism. Like, and that comes from the top down. Like you can't fake that. Like you need some awareness to navigate obviously this industry. There can be a lot of pitfalls if you're not careful, but I think ultimately like holding on to optimism throughout your entire campaign, brand, project, growth process in its entirety is just such a superpower because it allows you to, I mean, you can literally wake up every day and not feel like, oh, we are seeing the same thing or doing the same thing, or we're getting the same kind of DMs, or these are the same kind of partnerships we're seeing, or whatever it is. Like you're taking every new opportunity at face value with an open door. And one of the biggest things as well, I think, is just humility, like making sure you don't ever get complacent by showing up every single day with humility. Like you have to know that you don't know everything, that you're learning, everyone else is learning, and we're kind of just like doing it all together. And yeah, I personally, just speaking for myself, I just feel blessed to be a part of this team because like I said, I feel like it's top down, and I feel like I have learned so much being on this team. I've been so proud to be on this team. working alongside these guys and girls, working alongside amazing partners and ambassadors like yourself, Mick, and so many others. Yeah, it's been a lightning in a bottle experience for sure. It's like something you can't plan, you can't capture. It's just like, okay, this is awesome. Some things are working. Like, let's keep momentum, because that's one thing is like this industry is so much about momentum. We've seen it time and time again. Like a project has the world at their fingertips, and then a couple years later, things have changed drastically. And it's like, what happened? I think a lot of it's momentum, not getting complacent, not resting on your laurels, and showing up every day with humility. Like, I strongly believe that.
Mike, you're muted.
Wow.
There.
So I got a little interesting question to ask you. I said, if you were to describe your crypto journey as a meme, what would it be and why?
Ooh, that's tough. Oh, that's a good one. What would you guys describe your crypto journey as?
Oh God.
I'm Pam from The Office all the time. Like, the salute is just like, the shit's all crazier, and it's just like, okay, I'm just doing my little part. Stay, aye, boss. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But I'm also like, looking at the camera and self-awareness, like, what the fuck are we doing, guys? Right? Like sometimes that's my.
What about you, Mike?
God, it would just be like a bunch of mistakes, mistake coin. Like I truly did fail forward in my journey in crypto. And here we are, 8 years later or 9 years later now. God, we're almost here for 10 years. And it's it'd be just a bunch of mistakes, probably just like stepping on like freaking rat traps as you're walking all the time.
Yeah. I maybe I might get flamed for this, but I'm gonna say like the "this is fine" meme, or like the whole house is on fire. You're just like, this is fine. We're gonna get through this.
Somebody in the community better meme that before tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna be really disappointed if the timeline isn't Doran sitting in the fire in tomorrow's GM.
Yeah, I think that accurately describes it. Tried a lot of things, failed at most of them. Trying to fail forward all the time. Just fall forward, pick yourself back up, keep trying.
Fast, fail again, fail better, and that's.
I'm reminded of Homer Simpson, the episode is like, oh, it's just a little scratch. It's still good. It's still good. It's just like your portfolio. Oh, it's just a little dip. It's still good. It's still good. We're still going up.
Can I get more Bitcoin? The goal is more Bitcoin.
Absolutely.
That is true.
And Ethereum and Solana.
Delusional talking points to run through our head. Like, dips are just buying opportunities to get more. Like,
that's
I go
just
to
us
AA
convincing ourselves.
Brainwashed on how to stay sober, and in crypto we have our sayings that brainwash us to stay in crypto.
Are you sober?
Oh, I am. Yeah, 8 years.
That's awesome. Same here. Awesome. Yeah, I'm actually 8 or 9. 8 or 9 as well. Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
This podcast is sponsored by water.
Yeah. Good call. I'll drink some myself.
Yeah, I got water and Monster. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, you're not sober. You're drinking Monster. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay. So no, and don't quit before the miracle happens, right? And that's kind of how I feel about in crypto. Like, you come in, there's people at all different levels of their crypto journey. It is kind of a metaphor. I don't know if you've ever been to a 12-step program, but there's all this mixture of people, and you're trying to self-govern. There's no real leadership, and we're kind of like finding our way. And I've seen teams that manage it really, really effectively. I've been a part of some teams that were just like organized and like kept that optimism above all. There was nobody, you don't have that one kind of downer on the team that's always looking at like, well, what if it's like, we're all finding solutions. We're not focused on negativity. And then there's some teams that you're a part of where it feels like we have all the pieces, but we're just not gelling. And it's like a culture thing. So how would you describe the culture of Defi.app? And that's clearly, to me, from the outside looking in, what sets you guys apart.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's a great shout, Mick. It is. It's like 100% culture. And like you said, I'm sure, Mike, you've experienced the same thing. Like, whether it's in Web3, Web2, wherever it is, like, it's always culture. Like, it always comes back to culture. It's always like, how does everybody mesh? How do we gel? How do we feel when we show up to work in the morning? How do we get along? How do we solve problems? And that was one of the earliest things that I think our co-founders did really well, is they got us all in a house in Miami. and we're like, if you're either gonna all get along, it's gonna be great, or not. And everyone had a sense of humor. We laughed the entire time. We all had a great time. We worked really hard as well, and that was, I feel like, sort of the spark. And Ken can take full credit for that. He was one that organized that entire thing and was very intentional about it. I agree.
Yeah.
It's all culture. It's like, yeah, I mean, I couldn't say about it myself. It 100% comes down to culture for sure.
Very cool. Mike, what else you got?
So other than like it's a trading platform, you have the Gen Arena swaps and exchange. Like, what kind of, you're talking about the culture? What is like the culture? What kind of like aim are you guys looking for? Is it just a bunch of trading communities? People that are looking for perps. Like, how do you cater to all the different types of people in crypto? Because everybody comes from different walks of life and whatnot. Like, what kind of culture are you guys trying to cultivate here on Defi.app?
Yeah, it's so hard, dude. It's really hard to like hit all the marks. But yeah, I mean, like, obviously one of our things is like so easy your grandma can do it. So eventually, obviously, the goal is to take UX to the masses and retail and your grandma. But right now, we're so focused on crypto Twitter, like crypto natives. But we have a very specific demographic. Like, we want to meet you where you're at, but we also want to give you the tools to where if you're a pro trader, like, you can feel at home as well. No pun intended, or pun intended, whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
But
There's
yeah, it's
levels.
like there's levels, there's layers to this onion. Yeah, it's definitely an art, and it's something that we're like molding all of the time and trying to get better at. But right now, I would say like all of our media, all of our marketing, all of our GTM is like, how is this going to be received by crypto Twitter? Like, how are the people that get it going to feel about this? Because ultimately, if they think it's cringe, it's cringe. It's not like, oh, we have the wrong audience. It's like, it's cringe, bro.
We like.
What is the
We
mechanism
do, yeah.
that you guys use? What is the mechanism you guys use to listen to the community to get ideas of how to steer the ship and what the community wants?
We have a very amazing support pipeline where we have an AI agent that answers in real time 24/7. It's trained, it's machine learning all the time. One of our technical mods and myself train it in real time in the background. And then we also have 3 full-time technical moderators that are in there answering tickets every single day. So all of that gets funneled into like feedback. What are the users feeling? What are they thinking? What are they experiencing? What bugs are they running into? Obviously, those things make it to the front end and back end dev teams and get resolved. And then I like to be in the Discord, the Telegram, listening to everyone, getting like recaps from my community team. Like, what are people talking about? How are people feeling? Where's everybody's mind at right now? Like, with the market, with Defi.app, with everything all together. We just did our first regular scheduled AMA last Friday. We're going to do those bi-weekly. So we have people that can come up and ask us questions, give feedback. We can answer those in real time. And then we also have done a lot of focus groups. Like, we've done power user groups. We've done like study focus groups, a lot of different groups, and tried to hold as like non-tainted interviews as possible with these users. So we try to find users that are from every demographic. Like, either you've never tried DeFi before and you're trying Defi.app, or you've tried a lot of DeFi before and you're trying Defi.app, and what is their experience from like the NUX, the New Year's experience, all the way to making their first swap, etc. So we hold those interviews. One of our co-founders is very passionate about that. He literally personally holds a lot of those interviews. That's a big part of it, and we have more of those coming up. But yeah, like, to answer your question, Mike, I think what you're pointing at is such an important thing. And maybe one of the things, back to one of your earlier points, Mick, that some teams could do a better job of, and that we also could do a better job of, is like, how can we talk to more real people in the most efficient and effective way and get the most realistic, like, just, unwatered down answers from them. Like, we want to know, what is your actual experience using Defi.app? Not like, tell me what I want to hear kind of thing, but what do you actually feel when you make an account? What do you actually feel when you make a deposit, make a swap, do a perps trade, enter a faction in the Degen arena, earn your first XP points? Like, what do all of these things feel like? Because ultimately, those things drive the UX changes. Like, what's the design look like? Because users feel this way or don't feel this way, and we feel like it should feel this way, etc.
Yeah, that's amazing. Something I wanted to kind of loop this conversation into a little bit is Kaido. That's been a huge part of your go-to-market campaign. It's
Yes,
been,
yes.
and I'm not, yeah, not like it's been great. I think you guys have really used it in an effective way, and especially in season 2 by tying it to actually using the app. I think that's really important. When I was trying to do some stuff with Anoma, I couldn't get a code to even test the product, but like compete for the leaderboard. So what are we supposed to be tweeting? Like we're just reading your and stuff and regurgitating. We can't give user experiences, but you're really linking those two pieces together. I thought that was something that was really impressive. And then just how it kind of has built a community around an app, right? I think one of the most difficult places to build a community in crypto is around an app. It's just not that, like, you know, Solana, they have lots of followers and it's degen and funny, but it doesn't feel like a community. And I can tell you there's dappers out there with their little dapper hats in the comments, and everyone's so friendly and supportive to each other. Like the culture is not just permeated the team, it's permeated the community. How has Kaido helped with that? Are there any drawbacks to it? Would you do anything differently? What are some learnings there?
So first of all, I love Kaido. I love the team. I think that's like number one. Is like I knew the first time I met you that he was awesome, and like you can tell that he's not just a smart guy, he's passionate, but he's not over the top. He's also locked in, and that's like such a massive skill set and just like personality beneficial trait, I think, for a founder. So I love you. I love the team, Wind Moon, all the others. I love all of them. But I think, yeah, I appreciate what you said about like linking those two together. That was definitely something that we tried to think a lot about, and something we want to do better about, do better in the future. Is like, how do we make that linkage more seamless? How do we make it more social? How do we gamify that entire process more, make it more fun? But I think ultimately, InfoFi broke out onto the streets. It's been amazing to see how much it's grown in a short time. I'm a daily user of Kaido, not just like the Yaps portal, but the actual portal as a subscription user of the data. I love it. I've used it for over 6 months now, I think. Maybe longer. I have to go back and look, but
what
it's
do they charge for anyone who might be interested in, like, how do you get access to that data? Is it only for certain teams, or?
I believe anyone can sign up. I think it's like, man, once again, I get flamed for, I think it's $8.99 a month. But once again, like, this is a product that, in my opinion, does it in a way that everyone's trying to do it, but gets you what you actually need. Like, I come from another industry where I used a lot of different types of software, and they all sort of did similar things. But then I got into the top dog in the industry, their software, and it just makes sense. You're like, okay, if I really want to be serious about this, this is what I should be using. And that's how I feel about Kaido. And no disrespect, like, I love all the competitors. Like, we need competitive, and yeah, we need that. Like, it's why the DMV sucks, like, because government runs it and there's no competition.
I was just there for 3 hours. I think maybe that's why you're always on my tweet. I'm not, they're on my not happy list.
Yeah, so it's great to have that competition, but I just, I'm a Kaido maxi. And I love what they've opened up for teams. A lot of people have bad things to say about it and are pessimistic about like what it's done to the timeline. But I personally think, as long as you're trying to structure it in a way that brings value, and that's like apparent and intentional from the community level up, I think you get a lot more meaningful interaction, because it just comes down to community. Like, what are yappers? Like, they're ultimately community members.
We had Eric Fung, a VC who uses Kaido personally. He's like, we don't make a ton. He's like, these are my little bonuses or whatever. But what was his point about it? Oh, help me out. What was his point about it, Mike?
He was just saying that it's new and basically how you need competition.
Yeah, look at what we were doing before. Copy, retweet, tag 3 of your friends. And we're complaining about AI slop. Like, that was the worst. I think we just have such a short memory span and such a need to find things wrong with everything.
Yeah, it's easy
Granted,
to
you
complain, but it's
well,
new.
I'm complaining about losing my inner circle badge, but now I've lost my whole account, so irrelevant. You know.
Yeah. We got to fix that.
This week.
So I Kaido and Info-Fi is just so new. I think over time, what's rewarded will change, and then it will change people's behaviors to like actually provide value. It's gonna get harder. It's just like a play to earn game. Like think about it, you play to earn. It's really easy at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, everyone's making money, and then they start dialing back those rewards to make it harder to earn. So they want people to play longer. So the idea is to entice value instead of just the easy quick reply or nothing that has any meat and potatoes, like nothing any good. So that they're gonna figure their stuff out over time. Again, like I said, and I replied to your post there, is like it's new. We need more competition in the space, and they have to evolve with the competition to stay ahead, or it's gonna be like Blockbuster.
And we don't want to be like Blockbuster.
No.
I'm nostalgic for Blockbuster, but
I love me some Blocky Busty.
Nothing's ever gonna bring back the feeling of walking into a Blockbuster and
It's
getting a
just
movie and a popcorn
not.
for the night.
But I think we just have to like love it for what it is, and then realize we have these other experience. Amorphity, a love of what is. Just Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think.
So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think what you said was right on the money, Mike. And it's one thing that we've also tried to be particular with. Like, we have something in the Discord called engages.io. It's basically a bot where we personally review accounts and will allow you to tweet to the community in the Discord if you pass like a certain metrics. There's obviously they're private, we don't release them, but we review every account individually. And then what you have to do when you tweet is you have to have a character limit, because what we were seeing is like a lot of people would just say like GM, GDefi, and like all that stuff's great and it's good, but like we introduced a 10 character limit, or else you don't get points for contributing. So people are more enticed or incentivized to have a real conversation, like post something helpful, meaningful, with real value, and it just like trickles into everything else. Like you said, like it just changes and evolves over time. And how does it change and evolve over time? Like, you kind of have to do things that cause it to get better for everyone, because ultimately AI slop is only a problem if it's in your house. Like, if AI slops outside of your algorithm, it's like you don't ever really see it. So if, as long as your algorithm and your community is taken care of and great, like I personally call it out too, by the way. Like, if I see, and respectfully and nicely and professionally, but if like people hit me up all the time from the community, they're like, hey, will you look at my posts? Like, is it good? Is it bad? Blah, blah, blah. And I'll just be honest with them. Like, I think you could do this. I think this would make your post better. This, and this. Yeah. And I try to help where I can. And I think, just little things like that all the time where we can help.
Yeah, absolutely. It sticks out like a sore thumb, like just the AI slop. It's almost like watching somebody just shilling all the time. I get the same feeling.
I think like one maybe niche that is opening up or something, it's a need that Kaido can't really fill, right? So there are all these people that these prizes are very attractive for. They're from third world countries. They have a chance. They hear about their friends earning money on Kaido, so they become, with no experience or training, content creators and no research, and they're just parroting what they see. But for me, part of the reason I work in crypto is to democratize access to finances and to give those boosts to other people. Like, the difference of somebody here in America getting $100 and the difference of somebody in Nigeria, what they can do for their village, build something, build a water well, like, it's just a massive difference. So I feel like that's an underserved population. And if like I look at crypto as the great reset, wealth transfer, like, this is the only time people will really be able to shuffle, and we want to get as many of those people in early and uplift those countries and those people. So that's the thing. It seems like the platform may penalize that a little bit. I've heard some language from other brands, and I think you guys did a really funny tweet kind of combating it, calling some of them terrorists, right? Like, we're creating these incentive systems, and if the results that we're getting aren't what we want, then our incentives are wrong. And it's more of like, what are we doing that's incentivizing people to act like this? And
Yeah.
where can we move a degree or two to the left or the right, or add in this, just educational, like have a community manager that helps people learn. Like that's the goal, I think. And when those communities grow, the crypto pie grows. We're the echo chamber. We've convinced ourselves we need new people earning and convincing the people around them.
Yeah, I
Right?
think 100%. I think, yeah, don't look at the external if something's not going how you want it to go. Like, look internally. What could we do better? What are we doing that might be causing this? Like, at the end of the day, like maybe we didn't plan this campaign well, and like that's why it's not necessarily like your community. So yeah, I agree 100%, and gladly come over to the Defi.app community. And that's one of the things we did, and I was passionate about getting this done, and I hammered the Kaido team in our group chat. I was like, how is this built? What did you change? What values can we adjust in the system? Give me the API. I need to see the API. I need to see what calls I can make. What does this stuff look like in the JSON data? Okay, I understand now. Take it off. Take the freaking threshold off. Give it back to the people, and everyone loved that. And it's I think like you're right. Like you can't just the whole thing about crypto is sovereignty of finance, like evangelizing everyone to understand that this is better than the antiquated system that we've been spoon fed since we were kids. This is faster than banks. This is better for international transfers. This is so many amazing things. And so, how do we not like close that door for people? How do we keep that door open? Because like just the threshold closes the door. Like putting a threshold and saying all your posts
100%.
don't matter, it closes the door. So I couldn't agree with you more, Mick. I think keeping that door open and trying to teach as we go. Like those of us have been in, I think Mike said it's coming up in 10 years. He's like, wow, like it kind of hit him.
Yeah.
And those of us who have been around the block a few times, it's our responsibility if we want to stick around in this industry to pass on what we've learned and all learn together, like, and have fun. Like we should be having fun too.
We want to
100%.
welcome people from other countries and all that, but like again, it's not easy. Like I think people come in here think it's easy money, and like you said, they do the parrot tweets and all that. Like put some actual like effort into it. Like I've been here for 8 years and I've studied. When I'm in the bear market, I listen to books every day, like 8 hours a day at work, plugging in and like doing the research. You got to do the work. You know what I mean? Because the
100%.
competition is hard here. Like
It's fierce.
Yeah.
I'm educated in crypto, and like it's hard for me to build my account. I'm a small account, right? But like but I know it's a long game, and I plan to be here because I genuinely like crypto. I don't need this to be my full-time income content creating. I already have a job. But I'm an investor, and I believe this crypto will bring me out of my 9-to-5 job, and that's my journey. That's my whole platform here. So basically showing people how I do it as a mechanic.
Bring all the world poor up, and then just everybody level that. You know what I mean? Like,
but
I
it's
think
not.
It kind of starts at the bottom.
But it's hard work. Like 8
Yeah.
years of books, and
right?
I've had to become a different person.
The work ethic, like other countries, it's we have different cultural norms, and I think so for us to project like, well, we work hard here in America and Canada, and that's how you get ahead. They get stolen from when they work hard, and I guess there's cultural nuance in it.
But that's the thing about crypto, like nobody knows you have it, right?
Yeah. So let's do more like spaces to help onboard. I don't know. That's been something that's been kind of dear to my heart lately, is just helping those
what would
new
that
creators.
look like?
Like, let's do an AMA in your Discord, dude, and
Like
just talk.
Yeah,
Let people come ask questions. Like, educate when I started as a CM in the space.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest beliefs, I amplified every creator that was creating great content about us. I hosted 3 spaces a week, and one of them was on good content creation and skills and tips and, how to, instead of shilling, create it like a personal story and a journey. Like, those are things these people have no idea, right? And the people they're just, around people that are copy pasting. So that's what they're doing. So I think just if you could change 10 people and they go change, 2 people each, and then, that's how we spread change. I don't know. Those things get me excited. I'm not
Yeah.
here to get rich. I like money just like everyone else, but like, like the system's fucked. And I hope that we're doing more in crypto than just trying to build big, successful businesses and apps, but we're looking at how it will affect the evolution of the world economy.
Yeah,
So
and
I'll get off the box.
no, I think that brings me to like a really interesting thing that I like to talk about, and I'd like to get y'all's take on this. It felt like to me when I first got started in crypto, that like it was a lot of rogue people, like a lot of like almost like anarchists, punks, like kind of like that, and it was like very little organization, especially early on, and there was this like vision of like this is what it needs to be and this is how we're going to do it, and if anything doesn't fit that into that box or fit that mold, like we're going to just fud it into eternity. But then like something switched where it was like everyone became okay with like no matter what it is,
Yeah.
like if it's gonna make me money, let's go. Like it doesn't matter if the like fundamentals are there, like whatever. So what do you guys think that switch happened and what was it? Because like there were so many projects that I felt bad for, like even just like 2020, 2021, that like just got fudded out of existence
Super
because people.
Yetis.
Yeah. So yeah, talk to me. Where do you guys feel like happened, and where do you guys feel like we're going from here?
You take it first, Mike, if you want.
So mine's a little different, a different take. Why I think there's a lot more greed in the space. Pumped on fun, all that kind of stuff. I honestly think it's because people are just more desperate. I think when people can't afford things, they start either to lose hope or gamble more, take bigger risks because they need to get ahead. They don't feel like they're ahead in life, so they need to take bigger risks to get out there. But the problem is when you don't take risk with no education, you get screwed. And unfortunately, I think that's what's happening. It's player versus player in the meme coin space and all that kind of stuff like that, and people get rabid. This is what I had a problem with play to earn games. Play to earn games. Everybody came in here to make money. They didn't come here to have fun. They were min maxing, spreadsheeting their game and trying to see how much they could pull out. And again, and also it's also the game developers' faults too, because they're making a game with maybe subpar gameplay, but they're just dangling that carrot with the play to earn or the airdrops and stuff like that to get people here. But it was just a mask for a crappy game. All in all, but that's kind of the problem. I see why people have become more greedy is because I just think they're just farther behind in life. After the pandemic and all that kind of stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it leads to more like that. It's hard to do the hard thing, right? Like to do the hard work, to build yourself up and actually do the right thing. Like for me, the right thing is if you're crypto investing, get into Bitcoin. Yeah, it's boring, it's the boring one, but your portfolio is going to thank you for holding probably mostly Bitcoin at certain times. Like from the bear to the bull market, you want to hold Bitcoin because altcoins don't come until like later, right? Not to say you can't make money in altcoins, you absolutely can, but like I'm the boring one with proper risk management.
No, I love it.
I'm the one who loses all the money, but my wins are bigger.
Yeah.
I can't wait to tell a story about, like, see, for me, this is the narrative for you guys and for the, like, GameStop 20 whatever. I'm at the dentist office getting a cavity filled. I'm trying to sell. I have $500,000 in my account from Robinhood, extra long calls, leverage to the max, and they freeze selling. And I'm like panicking, and my dentist is like, it was horrible, right? Like, this is the solution to that. The value proposition of crypto, the expectation is the 100,000x, and that's what we're leading with in marketing. We're not leading with, we're leveling the playing field. We're making it so institutions can't do shady things and then their big boy banker friends come in and rescue them. Like, we've been hurt by that. Like, we finally found the loophole to fuck them back, and they've been fucking us through all these other loopholes, and they just are so powerful and centralized that they took the opportunity away. We could have been still at infinity, you know, whatever. I don't know. I was very early. I was watching Roaring Kitty. I love you know, but that
Yeah.
to me is the narrative. Like, too much centralized control of money is a net negative for the entire world. It allows power to centralize. It allows people to do things like not release client lists and lie, visible politicians lie to our, you know, like anything goes, right? And if they didn't have so much power to push those messages and narratives, and I don't hate Trump, but I also like look at the way he's enriching himself over the course of this term, and I think he just sees like the future, like we need to hold the most money in the future. Let's create a narrative around that and pocket as much as we can, because power in the future will be what you hold in crypto, not what you're holding, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And especially if you're betting on that and you believe in it. And I do personally, I think it would have to be just an absurd, gross, malicious, planned, strategized attack to the industry for crypto to do anything but continue to evolve and grow at this point. And now that we're seeing, yeah, like governments get involved more and more and more, it's going to keep growing. I believe that. That's not just me being bullish. That's just logic. That's just reason.
Yeah.
That's just,
Looking at the evidence.
yeah. But no, oh man, I felt that visceral feeling of being in the dentist office and being like, F this, you cannot freeze my ability. And think about
I'm
how
like, can you stop drilling for a second, sir? Like,
yeah. This is bigger than cavities.
Dude, this is why I've always really liked DeFi is, everybody can choose to transact in whatever they want. Everybody's going to have different value systems, and this coin they feel is valuable and this coin and whatnot. And like you were saying, the control of money. This is why I like DeFi. We can all transact with each other with DeFi because I can transact with you in Fartcoin, and maybe I want Bitcoin, but there's a pairing for that, so we can swap it, and every coin is going to have it's pairing to Bitcoin at a certain valuation, and we can trade amongst each other with whatever the hell we believe is valuable, and everybody can get what the currency they want. This is the problem with the bartering system. The bartering system failed because it was hard to get. I wanted apples, but I only have cows, so I'm not going to trade you a cow for an apple. You know what I mean? Like, I need an egregious amount of apples, but they're all going to rot. So it was really hard to get people placed with the things that they need based on what I can trade with. So you have to go through all these back channels, where with DeFi, it allows people to trade amongst each other with what they want and what they believe is valuable, which is unheard of in traditional spends, unless you have a gatekeeper to be able to transact.
Yeah, I agree completely. And that's one of the things that DeFi needs to continue to lean into is like, how do we become more permissionless? How do we ensure that custody, self-custody is true self-custody? And that's one of the things we're trying to do at Defi.app is like get people off sexes, like better than sex, one of like the fun taglines, because it sounds sexual, but it's just CEX, better than sex, better than centralized exchange. And they all have their place, like, but I don't like, just to your point, Mick, about the Robinhood thing. Like, how do you think the people felt in like Canada? I think it was where bank accounts were getting frozen and crypto accounts were getting frozen. And it's like, that can't happen if you truly are in custody of your assets. And so that's one of the big things.
They're trying to pass a bill now where they're prohibiting transactions over $10,000, and that's for everything. Even like a used car, I couldn't even buy a used car I couldn't give him $10,000. It'd have to be a multiple transactions over 24 hours. So hopefully that doesn't pass. But again, that's another socialist Canada over here.
I was saying earlier too, Doran, just about the difference between crypto and our altruistic kind of beginnings, and now like it's a scarcity thing, right? Like, we are programmed from all of the media to believe there's not enough. Look at egg prices. Let's scare everybody out about eggs, and then they're going to start stocking up on toilet paper because they're going to, we scare tactic ourselves into most of the problems that we have. And so I think like as that narrative has evolved that like the economy is in danger, people feel the need to hoard. And I think what we're trying to do with a decentralized financial system with multiple assets and liquidity kind of freely able to move between different countries, like, exchanging, I think of blockchains as countries to a certain extent. I'm choosing the country that I want to build in, the network that I want to participate in. I like their values. I like the culture here. This is where I'm planting my digital flag.
Yeah.
So
I love that. And yeah, that's honestly like, how do you bridge the gap between that self-custody, that decentralized nature, and all the people who use centralized exchanges? Because ultimately, most people are on their phones, especially globally. Android is way bigger internationally than Apple, from what we've seen. And I think it's just common sense at this point. And everyone's on their phones. Like, your phone is your computer, so it needs to be an app. And centralized exchanges all have apps. They all make it extremely easy and user friendly, but you're not in custody of your assets, and it's not decentralized. And so bad things can happen. But yeah, so it's like, how does Defi.app make the app that is the app of all apps? The crypto everything app, the app that feels like a centralized exchange app, but is DeFi, and you're in custody of your assets. And you can also, use a hardware key with Yubico Authenticator and 2FA into your account so that you actually have real protection on the blockchain. Everything's on chain,
so simple to access. I don't like the magic link, or not magic link, but just the code to log in for, very streamlined. Everything is just like, I literally downloaded the app on my mom's and got her started in like 2 minutes when she was here the other day. It literally is like so easy. My mom's a grandma now, so easy. A grandma can do it. You guys have a very clear vision for what you want to be as a company, a North Star, if you will. You've had incredible traction, incredible backing, incredible reception these first couple months. So what does the next 3 months look like? And what is maybe like I'm sure you heard of BHAGs, what's your big, hairy, that's goal? Like, what, if you guys could do one thing before the end of this year with Defi.app, what would be that just like cherry on the cake of a good first year launch?
Yeah. I think getting mobile to Android users right now, it's limited to iOS. So step one, getting mobile to Android users.
Did you say AVAX users?
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. You had to. You couldn't help yourself.
I can't help it.
Android users. That's step one. Deeper perps integrations, aggregated yield opportunities, and then we have a lot of really cool things. Okay, you're gonna be there tomorrow, Mick, right? For the call. So you're gonna find out a lot of what's going on the next 3 months tomorrow. A lot of it I can't say, but let's just say Defi.app's gonna take over.
That's awesome.
I believe it.
I'm glad we recognize that Android is better than iOS. I don't know why you guys started with iOS. I've been waiting for it to come to Android, and I'm just glad we noticed that Android is greater. Let's put that to rest here.
That's a tough lesson to learn. Did you guys expect iPhone to be the better first move and then realize, like, whoa, everybody has the Android? Was that like a moment where you're like,
dude, Android was leading internally, and a lot of us thought Android was going to be released first, and then things just changed so fast. And like, ultimately we need both of them. Like, it's just we can't just have one. And if we could release it, we're moving as fast as we can. If we could have released both of them at the same time, I think we would have. But man, these processes are hairy. I mean, working with these teams to get into the Play Store, to get into the App Store, like, it's tough. It's like dealing with
building the products and marketing the products and managing a community that's very active. And I mean,
we're thinking about downsizing the team. No, I'm just kidding.
Good.
No, we need all the help we can get. It's a process.
One Defi.app, please.
No. I'm not carrying any toilets into any headquarters anytime soon.
So I was going to ask you, how do you guys decide what coins you put on for the perps, because I know I would like Crow was like Crypto.com was hot and heavy and like really on fire the last week, and I went on Defi.app like I got this trade, I'm gonna get Crow, and it was not there, and I was so disappointed. I did very well in the trade, actually 2 trades, but I would really have loved to get the XP from the Defi.app for those perps trades.
Yeah, honestly, to be fully transparent, it's Hyperliquid who chooses what's listed. And so I've tried. I've been like, listen, we need home to be available on perps, and it's just it's a tough thing. And so we love the Hyperliquid eco. We love the Hyperliquid team. They've been really good to us, but ultimately we're always on the lookout. So if you're listening and you have an amazing perps platform that's easily integrated and you have oracles that will work with us and work with other partners potentially, reach out to your boy at Doran Maul on Telegram. But no, we love Hyperliquid.
Have you heard of VDEX?
It sounds familiar.
Project. I'll send you a link after the show. Yeah, I'll just
send me a link.
Because they're coming to AVAX, so maybe they could help you guys. You know.
Yeah, that would be awesome, because it's one of those things where we're like the UX layer, so we're only in control of so much. And honestly, like Hyperliquid has a lot of really good assets listed, and they're really good about getting assets listed quick. Like we just had World Liberty Financial on day one, and
check out for a down on that long.
Yeah, I didn't get into that one. I didn't get into that one, but yeah, like they're usually really good. But I agree, Mike. It's like definitely a balance between like you're back, awesome. How do we get the assets that we want on there alongside all the other good ones that are on there already? And I think that they're actually working on an improvement proposal, which might allow for it to become more permissionless in the future. So it's not, because like right now it's like this like gray area, and I'm not like, I have full respect for the system and I love the team, and obviously they're crushing it. Like no one can deny that they have done an amazing thing. Why we use them. But I think there's a little bit of a gray area right now with like, it gets listed from community demand. It's like, okay, well, how do you gauge those metrics? And is that like how is it what team member, like let's like break it down to the ground level, operationally, logistically, what team member is responsible for doing that? And then how are things not missed? Is AI, is software involved? Like how are we not missing things? So I feel like there's a gray area there that can be improved upon. And I think this improvement proposal, if it goes through to make it more permissionless, could be good.
Yeah, that'd be great. I know some platforms do like, you know, community voting. That's why I asked, because I wonder if it was like a community thing that they vote on.
Yeah, and I'm banned from the Discord. I'm just gonna say it. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. I didn't know. I got listen, I've DMs with Julian, however you pronounce his name. He's one of the core team members. I let him know. I'm like, dude, your mod banned me, brother. Your mod banned me. But apparently they have a strict rule where you cannot ask for, if you're a new account, you cannot ask for a listing. But Dan wasn't a new account, and he was in the listing request channel, and he was able to post in there, and he got banned as well. We all got banned. The whole community, the whole Defi.app community is banned.
Oh man.
But yeah,
awesome.
so
I wanted to go with a long home, so let's make that happen as soon as possible.
I'm trying.
I can long AVAX there still. That's good. I mean, you guys have some things going for you.
Yeah.
Any final words? Any alpha tidbit that you want to drop that won't get you in trouble before tomorrow that's coming on the ambassador call?
First of all, thanks for having me on, Mike and Mick. This has been a blast. Love the adoption pod. I finally have a family. Thank you for offering to be my parents.
You're
I have
welcome.
a mom and a dad now.
Too. As long as she's good at cooking, we're gonna take her right in.
We're proud of you.
Okay, I'll let her know. Hopefully she's good with it. But yeah, final words. Just stick with us. Help us to keep the momentum going. We want to keep building. Obviously, I think everybody can see that we didn't TGE and just fall off. We've actually picked up speed. TGE was just the start of not like, let's get this out of the way, but like, obviously we all know how a token empowers and makes it possible to build an amazing product. It's almost like, it's like traditional markets, but a different way of doing it that I feel is just way better in terms of like funding and everything. So we're here for the long term. We're here to build. There's a lot of really cool things coming. Once again, DeFi's going to take over. All the cool things that you're seeing other teams do, where you're like, oh my God, they're doing this, they're over there. I can't say too much. I'm going to Arya Stark myself into trouble, but we're going to do some really cool stuff for the rest of this year and beyond. 2026 is going to be sick. We have a lot of really ambitious plans that it takes so much time. It's just like, you want to get things released, and it takes a lot of time. But yeah,
You
stick
guys
with
have
us.
been executing and release. I mean, I think it was a week delay on the mobile app. Like, I remember working on a project where we 3 months delayed a 2D version of a 3D NFT. It took so long to get, right? Like, you guys
The
are
art
crushing
has
it.
to be perfect, though. Let's be honest.
I
If the
know,
art's
like,
not perfect,
you're close to it. It's hard to see, but zoom out. You guys are fucking killing it, and I can't wait to just continue to be a part of that and cheerlead you guys on as you take out Coinbase and the Robin Hoods of the world.
Absolutely.
That I can't stand.
I love it.
Being
I love
a big part of success in this space is your ability to stick around through a bear market and back into a bull. Huge. Not a lot of projects can say that they can do that. So I am more happy that you were building slow, taking your time, and doing things the right way, because nobody wants a rush product just because you want to get it out. You know what I mean? Like, so kudos to you guys for doing that, and I'm excited. Like, you're selling me on the cool stuff that's gonna be. So Mick's gonna be part of that class. She's gonna have to let me know all the goodies that are coming down the
We'll
pipeline.
grab all the alpha in my
We're banning her. We're banning her.
Mike, say it after he leaves.
Thank you
Well,
guys.
thanks again, Doran. We're going to get to some charts. I know you have some things you want to enjoy this afternoon. Sorry for stealing you from your wife for a while. Hopefully she'll forgive us, and we'll have you on again soon.
Sounds good. And just a heads up, I followed the adoption pod from the Defi.app account. So we're one smart follower up. Let's keep it going, baby.
Let's go.
Let's blow this thing up, baby. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Doran.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Have a good one. Take care. That's awesome. He's a really nice guy. I actually really like that.
Yes, he's just. I can't say enough about that team. Like, I've just been continually impressed every step of the way. I literally, I was an ambassador, and I was like, listen, I want to do is more with y'all. So I'm doing some advisory things on the side too. I mean, they've got something special. So if you haven't checked out Defi.app, make sure to check out Defi.app. There's some links on how to join our faction. Probably on my Twitter page. If you need it, DM one of us. But I think we have some charts to get to. Maybe we should do the home chart first.
All right.
And then I'm hearing something called World Liberty 5 Financial. I've never heard of it before, but I hear people might know what's going on with that.
People might like this coin or something. Okay, let's take a look at home. I actually was looking at it a little earlier today. There we go. All right. Let's get rid of this because we don't need that. Wow. We are on the 15-minute. Let's look at the daily. I don't want to look at anything really so small right now. Okay, let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, 4-hour gives me a little bit more data. Again, we're in an uptrend. Just not too much to say. We're holding this trend right here. Well,
80% of platform fees are going towards buybacks.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see that on the chart because it continues to make higher lows. So as long as we respect that, I don't see any problems. Again, the market went down. Like, let's be real here. The whole market went down. So home is not gonna escape that. Unfortunately, nothing does. But what I can say here, potentially, we have this little falling channel, and the question is, are we breaking out? It could look like we have a little bit of a breakout here. So I'm gonna bring up my indicators here. So we're going to bring up the stochastic RSI, and we're going to bring up the RSI. We're going to take a look. RSI. Okay, so on the 4-hour, it looks like the stochastic RSI is a little overheated. We could come back down, but this could stay overheated for a while. The RSI is just crossing the neutral line, so we have a lot of room to go here. So we could very well move up here and go all the way up to the overbought here and stay up here for a little while. So we could have a little bit of a pump come in here, and you've kind of seen this, Bitcoin's pumping up a little bit. I don't again. I'm not super bullish for September, so I don't expect home to be super bullish. We could have a little pump in the short side, but it really depends how the overall market does. Again,
Okay.
I love my following
And what are
channels.
you thinking? You've shared some things in the Telegram about what you're thinking for Bitcoin in
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
the near term.
so again, home. I would just with coins like this, smaller coins, newer coins, you just got to go your support and resistance line. So this is our uptrend. Do we respect this uptrend? If we lose this, then I'm gonna start to worry. And you can go on the chart and press Alt H, and you can go and look at your support and resistance. Every time there's a top here. Do we
Yeah.
hold that? Okay, the next level would be here at the bottom here. Then the next level would be where we bottomed here. And then I would just watch it bounce around these support and resistance lines. And then that's when you can do your swing trades, buy in and whatnot.
Okay.
So overall, I'll go through my whole like analysis here. So I'm really just looking at Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance because like where the heck is money going? So I'll show you my chart here. I still have my work from earlier. So what I posted in the channel in the Telegram was Tether
I'm
dominance.
watching on my phone, so if you don't think I'm looking at you, I am.
No, you're good. You're good. So Tether dominance, all in all, is in a downtrend. We kind of so this is Bitcoin dominance in a downtrend. We did roll over around July, and
Okay.
we've been coming down. And what happens is we fall down, and then eventually the bleeding stops, and then we make some sort of pattern. And this is called like a bear flag. It's a bearish pattern, bearish continuation pattern. And because we came into this channel from a downtrend, it's likely to continue down. And that's exactly what happens. Down, we trend up a little bit, and then down, and then we trend up a little bit. And so we're kind of in this little, this bear trend. Now the question is this the bottom and then we reverse from here? Or do we continue down? So it can go either or. Right now, it looks like we lost it. We came back into it and we're still in it right now. So ultimately, if we do lose this, I think we're going to 55.84%. That's good for
Okay.
altcoins. If we reverse trend and we start to go back up, then altcoins not so good, and the money will start to flow back into Bitcoin. Or if Tether dominance is going up and this Bitcoin dominance is going up, the whole market is going to be going down. Dominance will go up because it's the strong of all the coins. So
Gotcha.
looking at Tether dominance, I have Tether dominance in an interesting pattern. Either we're gonna lose this uptrending, this rising wedge, and come down, or we have like this is like a W pattern. So we can have the W here and come up, which we look like we're almost there. Like we're almost coming up to the top of that W. I personally think that we're gonna go up to the 200-day moving average on the daily for Tether dominance. So I still see more downside, and the beginning of September looks like that might be the case. And I think we're gonna
Okay.
get rejected by the 200-day moving average on the daily for Tether. So I'm still looking at more potential downside for the entire market. That or we reverse trend. Or Bitcoin dominance does find the bottom. Money starts flowing back into Bitcoin, and you'll see that in Tether dominance. So if Bitcoin dominance goes up, you got to look at your Tether dominance. It actually almost looks like it's breaking down now. Like the next daily candle is starting red on the bottom of my channel. So we may start to break down now. And if we do that, you're looking at 4.03% for Tether dominance, which is really, really good. So we may have
Okay.
another rotation into Bitcoin, and that's where we might see the cycle top. And I was watching, Benjamin Cowan and saying that usually around this time, historically, that's kind of what happens. Is like you have your final rotation of money going into Bitcoin, and then that leads to the cycle top. Then after the cycle top for Bitcoin comes in, that's where altcoin season starts. That's where the real altcoins start to pop off. And I'm thinking we're gonna have some sort of 2017 cycle where we have a blow off top. So what I would do is I watch that Tether dominance and see for this breakdown. That will tell you what's
Okay.
happening right now. If we continue to go up, market's probably gonna go down. If we do break down, then we're looking like we have hit a bottom, and we're kind of seeing that for Bitcoin too. Like if I go to Bitcoin here,
Right.
let me go to my chart here. I actually deleted all my work. I had it in a channel, and
Stop deleting your work.
you know what? I delete my work because
The
I
dog
like
ate your homework?
no, you know what it is? I like to see it with fresh eyes because sometimes you get biased. You get stuck in your drawings and you stuck that, oh, it's got to be this, it's got to be this. So I delete it and I like to start fresh sometimes. So
That's fair.
what I do have is I'll go to make a parallel channel real quick here. I always forget which one is the parallel. I got to learn all the hotkeys for the stuff. Here it is, parallel channel. Where is it? Okay, screw it. We'll do it live. So this is my this is my channel here. Um, we had it in this kind of like falling channel. It's stayed in and then it broke out. So this Bitcoin found a bottom, and the daily stochastic RSI curled up. It's moving up.
Yeah.
The RSI is under the neutral line, so oversold. So we could very well move up. So that might signal, what I was talking about before, is that
Yeah.
that rotation back into Bitcoin. So you'll start to see your altcoins maybe bleed off a little bit, and you'll start to see a rotation back into Bitcoin. If that's the case on the daily here, we break out. This could lead us to 119,000, and then we'll make another pattern and up from there. But again, everybody was scared because the monthly chart for Bitcoin did not close very nicely. Not the greatest monthly close for Bitcoin,
Right.
but we're holding the support
Well,
right here
so
at 108.
not very long ago, maybe an hour before this show, I got a message from a close friend who has a trading group that's a lot of whales. And she or he, mysterious, did I cover that well? Said that she would be looking to get out on this next pump, that it's looking like it's going to be a mess after this next pump through the end of the year and into maybe early next year. What are your thoughts on that based on
What do you mean a
what
mess?
you've been
Like it's going to
observing?
go down?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like we're going to have one last peak and then it's going to be
that's
yikes for what?
I believe I said this in the Telegram as well. I believe the last Bitcoin pump is like this last rotation is it. I think this is it. I think we're
Yeah.
going to be done. I believe might be done by October. I think September might either go sideways or we go down a little bit, or we could have a good September.
So we just get one October, and then we're done.
I think Bitcoin will be done in October, but I think altcoins
Okay.
will typically, November will look pretty nice for altcoins. Maybe into December, depending on how long altcoin season is. It's usually only a couple weeks. And things
Yeah.
could rip like fast. Like if you look back at the charts back into 2017, some of your altcoins, like you had 2 days, two daily candles, and that was it. You missed those 2 days,
Yeah.
you've missed the pump. Like I was like Ethereum Classic. I know, but back in the day, Ethereum Classic was a little bit more viable than it is now. But
I was making a ton of money just on Robinhood app, just like big up candle, sell down candle,
yeah,
buy up candle. So, I mean, I was just like,
oh yeah.
I do it with a couple grand and make a couple $100 every time until like
I've also played with the idea, like if you look at the monthly chart, you can see it really clear here. Is Bitcoin likes to do these consolidation patterns. So look at, and it does it almost every time. We pump up, we get too far from the 21-day moving average, which is this white line here. We consolidate back to the 21, and then we pump up again. And then the same thing happened here. We come back to 20, and you can see when you zoom out, it makes the
I just learned something.
The market makes a lot more sense when you zoom out. So like my question here now is, do we come back to the 21, or do we go sideways enough where we come to touch the 21 again? So the 21 will kind of come up like this. So I'm going to anticipate it here. Do we kind of come down to like maybe 100K again? Like, do we try to retest the 100K mark before we blast off? And if that's the case, if it makes that channel, then you're looking at a breakout, and maybe just back up to 126,000. Or if we break out, some people like to put it here. I like to put it here. Some people put it here, so it could be 133,000 or 125,000 again. Like it might not make a huge all-time high. Like it just make a little bit. You know what I mean? Kind of like what we did in 2021, where we only went slightly higher, and then that was it. So I would keep that in the back of your head. My next target to sell, honestly, is probably between 125 to 127,000, and I'll be almost all out of the market by then for Bitcoin.
Wow.
And then
Okay.
I'll be looking at altcoins after that. So yeah, maybe we make something like this. This is, maybe I'm gonna forecast that we come close to the 21, we touch the 21 or lose it and come back up. Very well could happen. So keep that in mind,
And that's
and that'll lead you
when what
into,
month is it? That's a long ways away.
so October. It could be October, it could be November that we come and touch. It depends. Yeah, maybe October, November, and then
I guess it will feel like no time goes by. Like I'll wake up tomorrow and it will already be that, but it sounds very far away
it
to my
does, but
degenerate
we're so
think
close to the end of
vacation
this
mind.
market, like compared to, like, the beginning. But my
Mhm.
base case is like, I feel like we're like rates are going to be cut in September. Like I can't see us not peaking out before rate cuts. Like I think
Mhm.
they can price it into the market. Maybe
Right,
September
right.
might be a pump. Nobody really knows. I have really good traders on both sides of that. I have guys that are thinking that it's going to extend into 2026. I have traders that thinking, like, like October, November. Like I'm thinking that this cycle is going to be the same as any other cycle. I believe we're going to be done in quarter four. I don't think the cycles are broken or anything like that. I haven't seen any evidence to show me otherwise. Um,
Okay.
and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and then I will readjust my thesis. But until then, I think it's going to be just like any other cycle, and we'll probably be done by, December, and then maybe we spill into January 2026. But like, I don't think any further than that.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
Bitcoin may come down. Looks like it could go up. It can go either or right now. Like, do we just pump up from here? We'll have to see this monthly candle. We'll have to see how September goes, because historically September is known as Rectember, and October is known
Yeah.
as October. So we'll have to see if it's going to be, Rectember or Sendtember. We'll have to we'll, we'll,
First time I heard that. You
we'll,
should trademark.
we'll have to see. But yeah, what other coins do we want to? I think I had something for Ethereum that I also posted in the group here.
Yeah, somebody was asking about Wolfeye Digital in the chat
All right, so we'll
comment.
look at that one as well. But I
I
did
made that.
post this in the Telegram here. I did see a bearish divergence on the daily for Ethereum. You can see the stochastic RSI was going down while the price was going up. So
Mm-hmm.
I do have this little falling channel here. This could ultimately fail. We do have an M pattern here, so I do see us coming back down to where the M starts. So we could
Okay,
come
so
down
that
to
would be
like,
what?
that would probably be maybe back to the bottom of the channel here. So probably bound to like, 30, 36, 34. We'd have to see. We'd have to
Ooh,
just track it as it comes down. If it
that
fails,
the Golden Arches play?
yeah, exactly. It is the M pattern, so not overly happy about that. If it does
Yeah.
reverse and the M is negated, then you're looking at this to break out to the upside, which would bring you to an all-time high for Ethereum. It would bring you to about $5,000.
Okay, okay.
So I'm more of the mind that it could go down, but I will tell you the daily stochastic RSI is oversold, and the RSI here has come down to the neutral line. So
Okay.
it could be going down, but I'll tell you, and I've said this before on other podcasts, when the moving averages get big like this, and you can draw a circle in between them,
Mhm.
it's usually a good time to get out. And you can see,
Okay.
backtrack, that
So shortest
when
area
you can
for how
draw
many?
a circle, you usually have a little bit of a downside coming after. So keep that in the back of your mind. I still
Okay.
am of the base case that September, the first couple weeks may not be overly great for the overall market. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll have to keep our eye on that. And again, you'll see that in Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance. And you wanted to take a look at, was it WLFI? Can I see
I
that
don't.
on
I didn't
TradingView?
want to look at it. Somebody else who did along on it did from our trading group.
Can I see that on TradingView? Yes, I can. Okay, we'll look at it on Binance. Oh, it's already on Binance. Wow. When did this come out?
Yesterday,
Okay, so it's like new.
It's funny. Somebody posted, I think it was XL Baller. He's like, we already have Wolfie at home because we have Wolfie on AVAX. You know, like,
All right.
Mom, can we get Wolfie tomorrow? We have Wolfie at home at AVAX.
Oh boy. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't.
It looks great, right? Bullish.
No.
One right.
So,
Very nice.
well, you're wrecked. Bye bye wallets.
My enthusiasm can help you give me some. It'll
No
change your
money's for
perspective.
you.
Give me some hope.
Okay. Again, we could, this could be the bottom, but this is the downtrend, right? You look at your downtrend, and you like I've showed
Yeah.
you before. You come down, you make these little patterns, right? You come down, you make these little patterns, and then you continue down. So eventually, this is going to stop. Eventually, this is going to stop. So if you're shorting, for example, you would do this. It would come down and make this little pattern, and you short the break. As soon as it breaks, you put your short in when it loses that trend, and then you short it down. And then it would come up here again, and then you would short the break, and it would come down. Right? You keep shorting these over and over. The same thing. You short these, it'll make a little bit of an uptrend, and then it'll inevitably break down if the downtrend is to continue. So what we're doing here is we've come down, and now we're making a longer uptrend. Now, does this inevitably break down, or is this the bottom? Because this is a lot longer than these other ones. These other ones broke down pretty quick. So maybe the bleeding could have stopped here. I do see this is the 15-minute chart, by the way. So like, don't put a whole lot of weight on your 15-minute chart.
Yeah.
But again, you don't have a lot of data because it didn't come out very long ago, right? So if we're just gonna use use this, we did come into this channel from a downtrend. So usually this is a continuation pattern to the downside whenever it decides it wants to break, if it's going to break.
It normally goes down more.
Yeah, like
and so RSI thing is up, right? We're probably going to come back down.
the stochastic RSI is at the top. Like it can only stay up here for so long before it wants to come down and reset again.
Let me shit right now.
But yeah, so we have curled up a little bit. Let me go to the smaller time frames. Maybe I can see like a little move. The moving averages are getting a little small, but again, even the 10-minute, the RSI, the stochastic RSI is really low. The freaking RSI is ripped like really fast on the 10-minute. Yeah, the 5 minutes are already curling down. So when you start moving your way down the time frames, you start to see the move before it makes its way to the larger time frames. So the 5 minutes are already curling down. So it's looking like a possibility here. So we see the 200-day moving average, that blue line. We could potentially get rejected by this 200-day moving average, which would be a lower high right here. So we broke through it, we lost it. Now we're getting rejected by it. So it would have to break this high here to reverse the trend. So
what's the high? What would it have to break?
So it would have to break 23.
Right now we're at
23.78 cents. But this is looking like a lower high. The 5 minute stochastic RSI is already curling over, so it looks like we're gonna get rejected by the 200-day moving average on the 5 minute. And I'm already
I'm 11 cents profitable on this trade at this moment. Now it's 151. I'm closing it out. I made it.
Yeah, so and I even see this on the 5 minute chart, right? You see the uptrend and then the inevitable, break to the downside, which it could come to the top of the channel. It doesn't look like it's going to. It's looking like it's going to get stopped here, and then roll.
If you're wrong and I miss out on like $4 of profit, I'm getting a new financial advisor.
I'm fired. But
you're the only one I know. So
all I can do is follow the trend until the trend ends. And right now, it's in a downtrend. It has been in a downtrend. So I have to respect the downtrend. Now, when I'm wrong, and inevitably I will be wrong. Like no trader's 100%.
No, you're right. It looks like it's curling over. I see it.
Yeah, but inevitably I will be wrong, and that will signal when I'm wrong. That'll tell me, hey, the trend is finished. Like that downtrend is finished. Now we're gonna make some sort of other trend. It does, maybe a reversal.
And then I can long it then.
Yeah, you wait for the trend to reverse, and then wait for confirmation. So that when we break through a key support level and flip it as, or we break through a resistance level and flip it as support. So like I said, that next high would be here, right? This white line.
Yeah.
And then if we break through this, we come up and we bounce off it and we go up. That's a confirmation. That means we flip this as support, and now we're going to make a higher low. This would be a higher low. That's when I would get
Okay.
into a long, because now we've confirmed a higher low and this as
Yeah.
support. And then you can take your stop loss and put it below that support line.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I actually feel like I learned some things. I think I paid attention a little more than normal because I really care about the person that was holding this very deeply. And I wanted to make sure they got some good information. It was me. I
Surprise!
Surprise! I long full fake wine.
Who guessed it? Anybody?
Yikes.
All right,
All
let's
right.
definitely take a look at AVAX. We gotta look at AVAX while we're here, right?
Oh yeah, I think AVAX is like cooking a little bit. Like some underlying, I'm not a smart chart financial person, but I've seen other smart chart financial people saying we're gonna rip.
Absolutely, I believe so. So I posted this in the Telegram as well. If you guys are not in the Telegram, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing, because like I've been killing it in a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
the
I'll
trades.
post the link.
I killed it in the trade today that I didn't even take because I was picking my daughter up from school that I waited all day for, and it won. The Bitcoin, I got the Bitcoin pump today on the 1 hour chart. I killed it twice on give you guys crypto.com 50% trade and 147% trade. So you guys got to get in that Telegram because those calls have been pretty good. Not gonna lie, not to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna toot my own horn.
Yeah, no, you really have been making some banger calls. I'm just trying to even figure out how to get a freaking invite link to this. I'm so good at technology. You talk, I'm getting a link.
Yeah, you do your thing. You do the link. So AVAX, I posted this before. We're still in my pattern. It kind of looked like it was going to lose it, but I still, redraw a little bit. I feel like we can still hold it here. We're holding steady here. It's going to bounce. Hopefully this is the bull flag here on the daily. The stochastic R size curling up a little bit. Again, nothing crazy. I think we're going to bounce around this channel. We're going to come maybe hit the top of the channel, and come back down and bounce around. Ultimately, I think like this is lining up to like October, where we start to start the move up, right? So
October.
If this continues to respect my trend, it's going to stay in this pattern and then kind of do one of these where it's going to bounce around in this channel and inevitably break out. When it breaks out, we're looking at potentially moving up to this could bring us up to $36. And then that's just one trend. What's gonna happen is we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna flag out back, probably have a big pump, lose the 21-day moving average, come back to 21, and then just go up from there. Or if we go parabolic, it's not really gonna respect the 21. We're just gonna rip until we eventually slow down. So we got to keep our eye on that. This is where we just play the flags.
What's your best case scenario price for this bull run?
For AVAX?
Yeah.
Let me zoom out and let me take a look. Let's go to the weekly chart. All right. So I think we're going to hit a new all-time high. That's what I think.
Okay.
A bigger pattern. Yeah. It's hard to say because the chart doesn't really show anything super great yet.
Okay.
Okay, $63 if it breaks out of here, but that doesn't mean it's going to end there. It's going to, when it's breaking this long weekly pattern, it breaks out of here. It could go up to like $63. I think I'm pretty confident like $100 for AVAX, and I think that's pretty conservative with how much attention it's been getting. Again, with altcoins start to go parabolic, it kind of just it just goes crazy. There's not like a whole lot of logic that goes into it
anymore though. Like it's like Toyota and FIFA and like institutional adoption and banks. Like it's just, to me, it's an infrastructure, like they really are building like the hub of what a lot of these government and larger corporations are going to build their financial rails on top of, and informational rails.
It almost feels like, and a lot of altcoins look like this, that the bull market is barely even started yet. Like, look at this
Yeah.
monthly chart, right? This is back in 2021. The high of 2021 was about 145 bucks. I'm gonna ignore the wick. I'm just gonna go here, the body. So
Okay.
$120, and then we had a bear market, and like, look how much, like, we're not really that far up from the bear market. So
Yeah.
it almost like it hasn't started. I'm not shitting on it. A lot of other
Yeah.
altcoins, you're up, mind you, it's up 180%. Like, it's pretty good return
Yeah.
when you in the grand scheme of things. But I feel like the parabolic movement hasn't even really started yet. And again,
Right.
when it goes crazy, it's just gonna
It's been
rip. And
flirting with it. We've been flirting back and forth with breakouts for the sexual tension between me and like $30 AVAX right now is through the roof.
but I'll bring your attention to the stochastic RSI on the monthly chart. We're on oversold. It's curled up. It's just starting to. It's just crossing
Yeah.
the bottom line. Like, we're not even close.
Right?
So like, it's showing me here that we haven't really got cooking yet for this altcoin
Yeah.
season, right? And the RSI is like, you can see the top of 2021 where we're overheated here. We're at the neutral line. We're not even anywhere near a top. So
Yeah.
I really think there's a heck of a lot more room to go in this bull run for altcoins. I feel
Right?
like we haven't. Again, when Ethereum makes new all-time highs, that's when the other altcoins are going to go. And Ethereum is barely, like, we just barely made an all-time high. Like, before other altcoins in previous cycles really, really popped off, Ethereum has already doubled its previous all-time high. So I still think we're just
Right.
scratching the surface here. And altcoins historically don't pop off until rates get cut, and they're happening in September. So this is the time to lock in. There's not a whole lot of time, a couple months left maybe in this bull run. So you gotta lock in. You gotta be here. You got, like you said, it pays to be present in crypto, and you gotta be here and be present for this.
That's very true.
But that's
All right.
that's what I see. I see things potentially going up again. September, neither here nor there. Well, it's a overly bullish or bearish month, but overall, when we're looking at October, November, December, I still think Q4 is going to be where the magic's at.
Okay. Interesting. Well, that's been a good show. I hope everybody learned about how to prepare for their quarter 4 a little bit more, have a little more perspective of how you're going to approach like the end of this bear market, bull market. I can't even tell. I feel like we're in a bear market every other day, but the bull market, how we'll handle the end of it, and some really good info from Doran today. I can't wait to get some clips out about that. He's just. And next week we have Javi from Billions coming on, who is just another. I don't know him as well. I don't know him personally, but he's just been another CM that's really crushing it. And I think it's interesting that they have both had very strong, large Kaido campaigns, and they seem to have developed very real, authentic, organic communities around that. So, I'm gonna pick his brain a little bit about that too. Could be some interesting comparisons.
Yeah, it's really nice to talk to again, community managers, because there's a lot of communities in crypto, and we really want cultivate good communities and people providing value, because again, like, the whole name of this podcast is the adoption podcast. We want mass adoption, but like, we just don't want slop. We want good products for
We want to
everybody.
send people to the right places.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, there's always going to be crap in the space. There's always going to be extractors and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like, that's why we need to really value and the good ones, and the good people building good things, and also the people that are lifting all boats from people that are maybe in underprivileged countries, that give them the opportunity to be able to succeed instead of gatekeeping.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Awesome. Well, it's been a good show. I'm gonna do my Toshi bet gambling a little bit before bed every night. I got to keep my farming points. I can't wait for that TGE. That TGE, I'm rolling over into Defi.app swapping and perps, and I'm just gonna like run that MFR up, and then I want our faction to finish in the top 20.
I'm trying to get there with the XP, but I'm small potatoes considering
Listen,
you guys.
if you are somebody who is an active DeFi or perps trader and you are looking for an opportunity to farm XP, they also have a Kaido campaign, but we have a faction that's in, I think, 50th place right now. The top 50 get bonuses. We don't have any whales in our group. So you can come in and dominate, help take the team to the top, and then take home the lion's share of, there's, I think, 400 million home. No, billion. There's a billion home being given out in that. 400 billion home is for the Kaido. And I have just like 76,000 homes staked in this one account that I have here. And that's like $3,000 right now. And then I have 300 or 400 grand somewhere else. I just have to hold till G. I mean, it's all staked. I'm holding it. I'm so bullish. Obviously, disclosure advisor and et cetera, et cetera. So cool.
All right.
Well, let's do it again next week. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good one. Take care. Thanks for joining, guys.